guys. Just reading this article about precision room clearing for military or law enforcement personnel. And it got me thinking. I play a lot of video games in which I'm having to clear buildings for multiple hostiles by myself, such as in Call of Duty or Fallout or Far Cry. And it got me thinking, like, how feasible of a task is this? And that's what I want to explore in this episode of Gamer Reality Check. To explore this option, I got the opportunity to go to a shoot house. Now, if you don't know what a shoot house is, it's an indoor facility usually used to train police officers, military or military contractors, in which you can go inside with live firearms and practice breaching and fire off live rounds. That's what I'll show at the end. But before we get into that, I want to go into the traditional breaching team and go from there. Alright, let's take a quick look at how a breaching team would perform this task. So we have our room and here's the door. Now the first man, typically, this is the fatal funnel. If there's any bad guys here, they're going to be training their guns at the fatal funnel. So the first thing you want to do is clear the fatal funnel as quickly as possible. You stay here, you die. So the first man would typically enter the room and clear this far corner over here. From there, he'll move to a position of domination, which will be over here, and he'll clear the second corner. And then from here, he can also scan his secondary sector. The second man will come in, clear this corner, and then move to position of domination, and where he can see the opposite corner. Now he's going to clear this section as well as this section. The third man will come in, he'll clear the fatal funnel, and he'll come here. From here, he dominates this section. And then the fourth man comes in, circles out, and he dominates this section. So what we see here is after they clear the fatal funnel, they immediately go to the position of domination where they have intersecting lines of fire to cover the entire room. And they do it quick. At no point do you stop the entry, because if one man stops here, all the other men are backed up and can no longer clear the final funnel. So it's very important that you go in quickly and clear the funnel so all your teammates can get in to the point of domination, lay down much fire as they need to, and not get shot. That's how they would basically, this is just one simple example of a center room clearing. And let's see how a one man could do it. So using the tactics from a breaching team wouldn't really work here. In the corner, I set up a target. And I'm going to use the typical breaching method for this room, which as typically the first man would come in, clear this far corner, move off to the side, and then clear this corner. The problem being, though, he's in the other corner. So I would have been shot by now. Number two man, the guy behind me, he would have come behind, immediately cleared this corner, kept moving, and then moved to the other corner. The thing is, he's in a sector of fire that I cannot cover simultaneously. So we're going to have to use a different technique, something called slicing the pie. Alrighty, so for the one-man clear, one of the techniques we have to master is using cover properly for the slicing of the pie. So in a lot of the movies and video games that we see, we'll see this a lot in the games. We'll be hiding behind cover, and all of a sudden they just dramatically pop out and bang, bang, they start engaging the target. The problem with that, though, is once we do this, we're exposing like 70% of our body. We don't want to do that when we're in a live firefight. So the first thing we want to do is, you notice I'm holding this with my right hand, however I'm going to my left side. I need to switch my grip to my left side to expose less of myself. This will make sense in a second. The other thing is, there's an imaginary line between you and here that I don't cross. The only thing I cross is my eye and the firearm to expose the least amount of myself to provide the smallest target. If you do it right, it should look something like this. So my body is hidden behind the cover, and I orientate myself so I can just pop out, bang bang, come back in, pop out, bang, bang. Now if I did it right, the only thing you should have saw was the side of my head with my eye and the firearm. Now, the reason why we switch our grip is because if I don't, I have to expose more of myself to align the firearm. Alright, let's come at this from a different perspective. We have our bad guy hiding in the corner. And now, as I enter, I can't see him. So what I need to do is I need to present my firearm. I know that what's in front of me is clear, and I need to start slicing the pie. So I'm stretching out ever so slightly. I'm seeing that there's nothing there. I'm moving a little bit more. Nothing there. But I'm still staying behind cover. And remind you, the bad guy's in the corner. He can't see me still. I'm still protected by my cover because the bad guy can't see me. And I'm just slicing the room into little more slivers, little bit more slivers, little bit more slivers, until finally I turn the corner and bang, bang, bang. Alright, so I positioned the camera where the target is, and I'm going to show you what it looks like from the target's perspective. I'm going to go over there, use the cover, and I'll tell you what I can see. So behind my cover, immediately off the bat I know in front of me it's clear. The piano, I can see that's clear. I can see the two sofas are clear. I can now see the corner, the opposite corner of this wall. I can see the couch behind the target, which you can't see, but I can. But you can't, the whole point of this is I now have view of about 90% of the room, but the target can't see me, which is what I want. And now the final corner where the target's at, I can see the target, bang, bang, engaging. So by slicing the pie, I was able to see all the sectors of the room right until I engaged. Versus if I just pop out, boom, I'm not sure where the bad guy is because I haven't seen it yet, and it's a race. Who can find each other first and shoot? But mind you, the target probably isn't going to have his weapon trained over here, so I'm already at a disadvantage. And that's the benefit of slicing the pie. I can observe the room by breaking it into segments until I find the target. And that's basically slicing the pie for you. Alright, so we've gone over some of the techniques of the breaching team versus the one-man clear. And now let's apply this to practice. Let's go to the shoot house. Try it.
Alright, so I'm at the shoot house. You can see me breaching the compound. I'm doing a pretty bad job of clearing the fatal funnel here. But I'm trying to make sure the rest of the room is clear before I proceed in. So I check my corners, I move in. From here, I switch to my left hand so I can now slice the pie again. Engage a target, and now I'm trying to make sure the other corner is clear. So you can see me working the slice and pie technique as I'm a one-man breaching team here, trying to engage multiple hostiles. Now if you look, there's a hallway on the right and a hallway on the left. And this is where I had a problem because I can only cover one at a time. So if there was a bad guy on one side and I looked the wrong way, I could have been in trouble, but that wasn't the case here. And here I turn the corner and look there's 4 bad guys and I'm engaging them one at a time. This would be a really bad spot because all 4 of them would be shooting at me at the same time, while I can only shoot at one at a time. So had this been a real firefight, it would have been a bit of a pickle.
I don't know if I think that was still had rounds in it. Oh shit. I don't know.
You're pretty good at switching hands, man.
I was practicing at home.
Yep.
Another thing that when I enter the rooms, and you probably saw in the other video, is watch the shadow. I'd be telegraphing my movements right here, and the bad guy would know I'm turning the corner. I didn't notice it at the time, but watching the video, I see it now. Without the speed and the shock and awe of a breaching team, that could be a very real problem. Another thing is, like, these tight corners are really clumsy for rifles. In the video games, it's not an issue, but in real life, it gets in the way. So you see that I'll switch between my rifle and pistols depending on how tight the quarters are. And that's me engaging last target. And we're done. One man clear.
Alright guys, so that was the shoot house for this episode of Game Reality Check. And when I was there, I got some training with some Marines, some police officers, one special force national security guy whose name I forget, he was pretty intense. We were shooting and he was like, mom, he's like a drill sergeant. I was like, and I'm like dropping my mag. Anyways, the general consensus when I asked them was like, is this possible to do one man clearing? And the general consensus is no. That's a great way to get yourself killed. Too many sectors that you cannot clear simultaneously. The one spot where I came around the corner, there was 4 targets. Had it been real men, they all would have been shooting at me, and I couldn't engage them all at the same time. Wouldn't be quick enough. You need a team. Is basically what the general expert consensus was. So I will say that it's plausible but not probable as the judgment for this episode of Game Reality Check. If you guys like this video, please like or subscribe. I am trying to grow this channel. And if you have any games that you want to see next, please leave it in the comment below. What I'm hoping to do next is Ghost of Tsushima, if I'm saying that right, because I've been playing the heck out of it, and it is a great game. So stay tuned.